Okay, everybody, we are back. I have my book here, and I want to tell you about this. I have binders full of women. Mitt Romney, 2020. A long time ago, we didn't have internet all over the place and phones and all this stuff to look things up. So I would go to school and I would look up walkthroughs and all these other things, and then I would print them out at school when I was in high school, junior high. And that's where all of these came from. I printed them out, I 3-hole punched them, and I put them in a binder because I'm weird like that. So, there are a few things that I absolutely know I want to do for end of game stuff. And I have compiled a combination list of what gets combined with what to get you to the best, I guess, best piece of equipment per category, whether it's axes, helmets, daggers, leggings, everything. I've got it all. Took a while to compile this. If somebody wants to know, I will try and kind of redo this and put it up on the forums. So if you're interested, leave a comment. Right, so weapons. Armor's pretty much done. We don't need to worry about armor too much right now. But now that I say that, I look at the shield section. We were wondering about shields last time. Well, if I combine a Pelta-shield with a Targe, that does get us the quad shield, which is a step up. So we're going to take that. Now, the next thing, if I were to combine that quad shield with another Targe, I would get an even better shield. But if I combine it with this buckler, we lose it and we go back down to a buckler. So we don't want to do that. And swapping them around should not make a difference in this situation. No. So that's it. Done with shields. Armor. Let's take a look. Gloves. Now I have knuckles and a reinforced glove. Reinforced glove plus knuckles will get me a ring sleeve, which is okay. And a ring sleeve I can combine with some stuff later to get some better stuff. But a leather glove plus a ring sleeve will get me a chain sleeve, which, according to this, the gloves are weird in the way that the gloves work. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes you have to go backwards to go forwards. So our reinforced glove is 2, 9, and 0. I'm looking at these stats down there on the bottom. Our knuckles are 5, 6, and -2. The ring sleeve is 6, 6, and -3. The knuckle is, for my money, better. Our class gets better with the ring sleeve because we're pulling the stats from the reinforced glove into it. I would normally keep the knuckle, but I want to get something better, and ring sleeves are required for that, so we're gonna go with it. Okay. Oops. Now I think that's it for armor. We should have 1 helmet, 2 gloves, shoes, and body armor. Perfect. And we know our shields are good because we just did that. So let's look at blades. Now, we have a scimitar, hand axe, a gastriff bow, rapier, spear, broadsword, all this. We cannot work on the scramus axe, the dagger, because it is silver, and we cannot work on silver here. These are not the names of the weapons. These are the names of the blades in the weapon. So, sword. We have a rapier and a scimitar. Well, what happens if I combine them? Scimitar and rapier. What do I get? I get a spatha. That is the worst sword in the game. It is weaker than both of these. So we got 11 on the rapier, 9 on the scimitar. We get 7 on the spatha. Combining a spatha and a rapier gets us a short sword, which is pretty good, but I don't want to go backwards for now. So let's see what happens if we swap them around. Nothing. Sometimes it does make a difference. Now you can cross combine. I could combine this broadsword with my crossbow, and you usually get absolute crap. So I would get rid of the broadsword, I would get rid of the crossbow, and I would get a dagger. How? I don't know. Broadsword and spear gets me another broadsword, gets rid of the spear. Spear and broadsword here will get you a broadsword. What this list doesn't show is cross-blade combinations, because that's not why I made it. What this list is for is, how do I get the best one-handed sword in the game? What is the path I have to take? And just to give you kind of like a walkthrough, we combine a spatha with a rapier to get a short sword. We combine that short sword with another blade called a farangi. We get a shamshir. We combine a farangi with a shamshir, so on and so on and so on. Some of these you don't really get it just straight out combinations. You just have to find them. It's a bit of a pain. So we're actually not going to do any blade combining. I mean, I could combine those two. I could combine my hand axe and crossbow and get another greatsword. That would be good against beasts, but I don't want to. How about the rapier and the hand axe? Gets me that crappy spatha, which I could combine with the rapier, but then I would not have the rapier to combine with the spatha. So, needless to say, there is a lot you can do with this stuff, should you choose to. That is just combinations of taking part A and part B and mixing them together to get part C. There is more we can do. I'm going to disassemble this Fandango. That's it. I don't have that weapon anymore. Got rid of it. But now I'm going to build a new one out of that scimitar blade, which is really good against humans. And I can do either these short hilts or this swept hilt. Now, this is an edged weapon, so the short hilt is actually going to be better. But what if I put the swept hilt on it? That's going to make it 10, 2, and -4. The short hilt will make it 10, 1, and -4. So we're actually going to put the swept hilt on. And all this information is down there at the bottom right. You see on the left, it says org. That's our origin or original. And then equip is what it actually ends up being once we equip it. What our stats are. So on the left is what the weapon does. On the right is us. So we'll take that. And now we can give it a name. If we don't care, we just hit start and it will name it Scimitar, whatever the sword is called. Which is what I'm going to do. What else should we build? Should we put that rapier in something? Probably not. How about the spear and the broadsword? No, I don't think so. I don't really have a use for it. Let's see if we can attach some gems to any weapon, so. Nope, none of our hilts, none of our grips have a spot for a gem. But we can put a gem in our quad shield. The Braveheart is good, but has to go on a weapon. So it's not going to do us any good on the shield. And the Heralis, you know what? That's really good too. I would rather have that in a weapon than in a shield. Oh, gems. I should mention this real quick. The affinities over there on the left, the class affinity type, on a gem do not change. If I have this in a shield and I'm getting beat on and beat on and beat on by dragons, that dragon will never, ever, ever go up. I really like putting this gem in my human killing weapon and make it even better at killing humans. But we can't do that because I don't have a grip that will accept a gem. So, Braveheart would be good, but that has to go on a weapon. So we're going to put this in our shield for now. We can take it out later. And that makes our shield overall just a little better against dealing with human targets. And you can see, it looks very different. Put our ring sleeve on. Put our helmet back on. I don't believe we have to repair again after we've already repaired once, but better safe than sorry. Let's take a quick heal. And yeah, like I said, if anybody wants to see this chart, let me know. I will type it up, make it a little more flowing, and put it on the forums. Here is our container where we can remove or store items. There's nothing in it to remove, so we're going to store. If you look down there at the bottom, the gadget bag on the left, that is what we have on hand. On the right is what we have stored. We can store a lot of stuff, and we will more than likely end up filling some of that up as we go. But for now, let's store the stuff we don't need. We are not going to need that, or that. We're not going to need that. Real quick, over here on the right, or kind of center of the screen. See these icons, they say set. This one has nothing. That one says equip. This is the one we're using now. This is put together, but not equipped. This is not put together. That's what that means. You can hold a 10 of gems. I don't worry about it. There's nothing in here we want to put away either, so that's what we will store. And then when we come to another container later, be it in another workshop or just in the world map, we can pull this stuff back out should we need to. Don't want to, so we're just going to save here. Hopefully. Perfect. And that's it. Every so often when we come to a workshop for the first time, we'll take a break from what we're doing in the video. We'll do one of these and then we'll get back to actual plot. So we can end up spending late game full episodes inside workshops doing work. So I will try to keep that to a minimum, or at least keep it separate from the actual playthrough. So if you're not interested in the workshops, you can just skip it, right? Great. For now, that'll do it for this episode. Thank you guys for watching. When I see you next time, we will pick up the plot where we left off.